Late last month, you testified in front of the Appropriations Committee. My friend and colleague, Mr. Reschenthaler, asked you about the mineral withdrawal in my district. You said, and I quote, "Well, we did a mineral withdrawal in the boundary waters," end quote. Secretary Haaland, do you understand why this statement that you made under oath is false?
Congressman, it is my understanding that we made a decision in this area.
Madam Secretary, I have to interrupt you. Do you understand why the answer that you made under oath is false? There is no mining in the wilderness area, and there is no mining in the surrounding buffer zone either. As the Secretary of the Interior and as a former member of Congress on this committee, you should have known there was never a proposal to mine in the boundary waters per the 1978 Act. Secretary Haaland, do you recognize the document behind me?
Would you like me?
Do you recognize that document? For those that don't know, it's the updated list of critical minerals released from your department last year.
Okay, yes.
Now do you recognize it?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, in your exchange with Mr. Reschenthaler, you said in reference to the minerals in the Superior National Forest that you banned, and I quote, "I don't know what kind of minerals were there. I don't think they were critical minerals," end quote. Well, as someone who works, lives, and recreates there, and as someone who has the privilege of representing the people that live there, let me tell you, those minerals that you banned include nickel, cobalt, palladium, platinum, and other group metals. Again, this is a list produced by your own department, Madam Secretary. And you told Mr. Reschenthaler that, quote, "I don't think they were critical minerals." That's unbelievable. Secretary Haaland, you claim the withdrawal that you forced upon my constituents is in the boundary waters. That's wrong. Do you now understand?
Congressman, I should have said that it was the Boundary Waters watershed.
Okay, so let's correct that.
Area.
Madam Secretary, I only have so much time. Let me correct it. You either misspoke or misled in the testimony. Which was it last week?
I should have added the word watershed, Congressman.
You don't think that the withdrawal included critical minerals. Again, that's wrong. You had to be told that there were critical minerals. It was only after the hearing that you made the changes. And today, you're making the changes because you had no idea. When Mr. Reschenthaler was asking you, you had no idea that the withdrawal was not in the boundary waters, and you had no idea that there were critical minerals that you banned in the boundary waters. So how can you, as a Secretary of Interior, not know where the wilderness is? And how can you not know that your agency withdrew critical minerals? You own this decision to take offline massive amounts of critical minerals we need for everyday life and our strategic national security. Your decision, Madam Secretary, is either purely political or ignorance. It's either ignoring your own agency's research or a political move to satisfy your radical anti-mining activists. This ill-informed decision has left the United States more dependent on China. Now that you've been given the facts, and you are willing to are you willing to rescind your order to withdraw the opportunity to mine critical minerals outside of the wilderness and the buffer zone?
Congressman, what I would like to say is that with respect to the mine that you are referring to, it was always called a copper mine, and copper is not on that list.
It has nickel and cobalt. It's the biggest copper nickel find in the world. In closing, I'd like to state for the record, this withdrawal, according to the Forest Service, includes a taconite and copper ban as well. And Madam Secretary, the Iron Range in northern Minnesota mines iron ore that makes 80% of this nation's steel. And you banned taconite. Taconite is included in the ban that you supported and signed. I'll enter my documents into the record. And again, it's frustrating that you made a decision without any knowledge whether there was critical minerals in there. And you made the decision thinking that the mining was going to happen in the boundary waters. You were mistaken. Per the 1978 Act, there was never going to be mining in the boundary waters or the buffer zone. Again, you had no idea when you made that decision what critical minerals were in there, and furthermore, you had no idea that we had project labor agreements to put union men and women to work for generations.
Mr. Chairman.